Y'all looking for me? Oh, please. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. You in the number one place to be. Everybody, boys and girls, you about to kick it with Key. I'm your number one hustler with the muscles like me. Hey, let's get it done. Kick it with Key. Hello, family, friends, loved ones. It is currently 8:15 p.m. I was lying in bed, hence why I have this do-rag on my head. And I'm not taking it off. And I was gonna wait. Ooh, my soul knows I was going to wait to make this video. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what you're about to get into. And if you don't, allow me to tell you. So there's this Netflix show called Insatiable. There was this huge campaign going around for trying to get it taken down off of Netflix. It's about this overweight girl who was fat shamed in high school. She got punched in the face and it caused her mouth to be wired shut for a summer. And she came back to high school that next year skinny. And it takes you on this whole journey about how, now she's like the bomb and everyone loves her and blah, blah, blah. That's at least what the trailer was. So I wasn't gonna watch the show. I signed the petition. I did all that. But then I saw it on Netflix one day and I was like, you know what, Nakia? Just look at it. I thought it was gonna be a movie. It wasn't a movie. It's a TV series, a Netflix series. And so I have so many things to say. These videos can't be that long. There might be a part two of this. Okay, let me try to get everything in. So I started to watch the show, and of course it was everything I knew it was going to be, like inaccurate, like rude, mostly like a joke, because it was clear that it was coming from the point of view, at least for me, clear was coming from the point of view of someone who can only guess what it's like to be fat in high school, or guess what it's like to be bullied for being overweight, or they didn't have the experience in real life. And so I'm sitting here watching the show, and there are so many guys. Now, I don't speak for all the fat people in the world, okay? Everyone has their own whatever. The things that she was going through, has been going through, as a fat person, which is, we don't see like that very long, because of course the whole show is about her being skinny and how that's supposed to be like a better life for her. Like, oh my God, right? So we don't see much of her actually in the fat life. But as someone who went to high school as a fat person, like woman, I did not have these issues. I actually wasn't bullied at all in high school for being fat. The bullying was when I was much younger, because that's when you're first exposed, you know what I mean? Like in elementary school, when you first start going to school and you get to see different people you've never seen before. And maybe if no one in your family is fat, then that's your first time seeing a fat person. So, you poke fun or you do whatever. So I never experienced any of those things in high school that she experienced for the first couple of seconds of the first episode. But the whole aftermath, like the messaging, the pure messaging behind losing weight, and supposedly all of a sudden no one recognizes you. All of a sudden you're crazy hot. Now you can get away with murder. You can get away with, punching people in the face and no one will bat an eye. You can do whatever you want now that you're skinny. Really? This is the game that we gonna play? So pretty much what you're telling every fat person who's watching this or is seeing this, or not even, scratch that. That's not what you're telling every fat person. You're telling every single person in this world, whether or not they have had this experience or have not had this experience, that if they are on the latter end or on the opposite spectrum of being fat, that they are automatically better. That they're better, that they can do more, that they can be more. that the world opens up to them. You're literally force feeding people this nonsense. Are you what? What? Who in their right mind? Who in their right mind thought this was a good idea? Who? Who? I want answers. Because as someone who has grown to be stronger every single day about who I am and what my body can do and what my body has done for me, I know this is a load. Like, this is a load of bull. You got what? Why? What? Why? What? You know what I just watched on here, everybody? I just watched her. So I'm not gonna give anything away, but there's a huge upset. In the very end of this episode that I just watched, she literally said, "So I turned to the only friend I had left." And she started eating by herself this full sheet cake. Okay, some people dig forth into full sheet cakes. I really don't care. The part that really got me was when she put down the fork and started eating it with her hands. What? So you're telling me that fat people all around America are, we've gotten that way because we like to eat full sheet cakes with our hands. Are we animals? Or are we children? Children pick up cake all the time and eat it with their hands. They're kids. I'm a grown woman. And what you would call a down spot, or a lot of people have issues, eating disorders. Really? Now we're just eating full-on cakes with both of our hands, and you think that it's supposed to be a powerful moment during this scene, so we can't hear anything else but the sound of her eating cake. And I was like, you know what? For a moment that was trying to be really drive home a point, you completely missed the mark. Completely. Because all I am now is offended. I'm so offended that I woke up, like, out of laying in bed, about to go to sleep, to make this video. That's how offended I am. And then you were saying, you say things, guys, they're saying things all throughout these episodes, things like, there's one plot point where the pastor tells her that she has a demon inside her and this demon has to be excommunicated, and then someone makes a joke like, oh no, well, let me go back. So the pastor says that the demon has to be excommunicated, but before that, a doctor tells her it's because she ate her twin in the womb, but not like ate, but like it's some big word. Anywho, she makes the point to say, gosh, am I so hungry that I literally ate my own twin in the womb? What? Did you literally, did someone tell you it was, someone wrote this. Someone thought it was okay to write this and then have it come out of someone's mouth for other people around the world to see that you just made a point to say that she was so fat that she ate her own twin in the womb. What? And then another character is like, it makes sense why you have such a hunger. Huh? This is the kind of stuff, see, this is why people like me all around the world were saying to, sign that petition, because we knew what was going to end up on the screen. We knew it was going to be a bunch of lies, a bunch of deceit, a bunch of deception, and we knew what it was gonna turn out to be was a big old joke, pretty much saying that fat people are not in control, that fat people are horrible people, that we're horrible because we don't know why we're horrible. Maybe we ate our twin in the room. We get so hungry, we're so insatiable that we literally just pick up a whole entire sheet cake and eat it with our hands. We're animals. That's what I got. And I can tell you right now, I am nobody's animal. I can do plenty of things with my body that people half my size can't do. Yet you think it's okay to shed this kind of light into the world. Can anyone explain that? No? No? You're right, you can't explain it. Because guess what? The only way you even understand remotely how it feels to be a fat person in this world is if you are a fat person in this world, or if you were a fat person in this world. Because there are certain things that come with that. You don't get to study us or study me. I'll speak for myself. You don't get to study me and think that you could write a whole dissertation on me. You don't get to study me and think you could write and have someone else tell my story on the screen. It don't work that way. Not in a million years. I'm not an animal. I'm a human being. My size has nothing to do with my worth. And this show is literally, that's all it's saying. It's saying that size equates worth. And while that may be the reality that society has forced us to believe in, anyone who is stronger than that, and we are all stronger than that, we know better. We know better. And this is the kind of stuff that perpetuates the idea that that false narrative is true. So do you want to be about something or not? Because if you want to be about something, this is the kind of stuff you don't feed into. This. I'm going to finish watching it. I'm going to finish watching it. I'm going to have things to say about everything in there. And I'm going to make it extremely clear. Extremely clear on everything I feel about this mess that they're calling a show. And I feel bad for them because, like, if they were really thinking about it, they would have made it a movie. Could have been one, done. But instead, they just keep going. And I feel bad for them because some of the Beeline story, the other stories going around are pretty good. I would watch that other stuff. But this main storyline, honey. And the last thing I want to hear is my story from someone who has never even walked in my shoes a day in their life. You want to put on a fat suit and then call yourself acting my story? Not buying it. Not buying it. Not here for it. Don't want to be here for it. Ain't going to try to be here for it. I encourage you. I encourage all of you to, gosh, I don't want to say watch it because I don't want to promote it. But I also want to say watch it because I want you to know what it's like when you pull things like this in actual life. When you decide that it's okay to tell someone else's story when you have never even experienced it a day in your life. We're not here for you. I am not here in all my fat glory for you to dissect and then represent it to the world in a way that's healthy for you. And let's not even mention the fact that not even once has this been addressed, like her being overweight and then being skinny and still dealing with, this image, a certain image of herself. Not even once has it, any of that, like the actual terms, been used. Not once. Not once has anyone mentioned actually having these kind of eating disorders. Nothing. You're like, you're not, if you're gonna play yourself, at least put something factual in there that make me say, oh, maybe they tried to do. All right, y'all, I gotta go, but only because my time has run out and I want you to have this whole video. I'm not gonna cut and splice any of it, so I will have to be back. All right, bye for now.